shot.
Coach, opening statement, comments?
Yeah, we lost to a really good team. I would not be surprised to see them continue to advance all the way through the championship game. Their defensive intensity is very hard to replicate, but they're a really good team. But extremely proud of this group right here and our whole team as well. They achieved a number of things that have not been done in Western New England history. Matched the highest win total, first time getting a win in the NCAA tournament, and then obviously first time advancing to the Sweet 16. So this group I'm just really proud of. They left their mark on this program. They left their legacy on this program, and I've just been really fortunate to coach these guys the last 4 and 5 years.
Yeah, I actually want to add to that. So first appearance in the NCAA tournament in 25 years. Your team made it to the Sweet 16. What does this mean to you as a coach, and also for the players? What does this mean for you as a student athlete, and what's to kind of come after this?
Yeah, I'll take the first part. I just think that you could see the whole community in the fan base, and just how much excitement there was behind what these guys have accomplished this year. The last 3 to 4 weeks have been extra special outside of the entire season. And we talked a lot about what this group was capable of early in the year. We've had multiple good years in a row. 2 years ago we were 21-7. Last year 19-8. We battled a bunch of injuries last year, and then obviously this year we finished 23-7. So these guys are going down as the highest win total in a 3-year span. But I think just seeing the crowd today, seeing the crowd on our championship game against Suffolk, like just our fan base, our parent group, our family group, and alumni group, like just such a just so special what these guys have accomplished and what they did, and the support behind them.
Quick question for you, Tim. Tim, you've had a great career. What does it mean to have played with these guys so many years?
I mean, it's everything. I mean, these are my brothers. I mean, I can't even imagine how many, over 200 games probably with Kate on my team. So sad to see the end, but all good things must come to an end. And it was great when we first came here. My sophomore year, we were excited to win one playoff game, and to be upset that we lose in the Sweet 16 my final year. It's just a nice feeling to know that like all our hard work over the last 4 years has really paid off.
Can you just talk about the development of the team? I was fortunate enough to see you guys play in the program a number of years, and obviously you guys went to the championship last summer. Can you just talk about how you guys matured as a group and coalesced around each other during those years?
Yeah, I mean, we're like definitely an inter-led group. Like we have, how many captains? We have 4 captains, 3 being seniors, 1 being junior. We just all hold each other accountable, and we've all developed. We all came here probably a lot worse than we are leaving. So it was nice to see us progress as players and as men. So I'm happy I was able to share the court with these people.
Brian, this is probably not obviously the way that you wanted to end your career, but can you just talk about what it means to play for Western New England and to be from Connecticut?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. Like when me and Timmy committed here out of high school, at least in our class, like the team before was good, but like we wanted to take it to another level, and I think we did that. And I think WNE has just been like a great experience for everyone sitting up here, and I don't regret my decision at all to come to WNE. I would recommend people come play for Coach Tab at WNE. And yeah, it was like Coach said, like these last 4 weeks have been the most fun I've had playing basketball in my life with my best friends, and we won't forget it. I'll never forget playing at WNE.
So what about that, guys? Because there are some players out there that have decisions to make about whether they want to come here next year or a year down the line, maybe thinking about a transfer. If somebody was on the fence about whether to come play in this program next year or not, why would you tell them they should? You guys are all, I should take that one. Can all go to that.
I think that you look up here and this is the 5 people that are leaving, but every 1 through 17, well, besides us, the other 12 people are just some of the greatest people I know on and off the court. They want to get everything done right, and the way that they want to get it done, like the way they talk in the locker room, they're juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, and it's just the maturity level of some of them have just astonished me, to be honest. Like, and especially the coach tab, like he never gave up on us ever. Like you look at it last year, we lose against Suffolk in the semifinals, and it's like we could have went this way or that way, that way. We just all came together, and just this year was like, this is the last ride. Let's just make it count, give it all we got.
Jake, I noticed that you were limping a number of times, really, obviously. Were you playing just to, to keep playing? What was going through your mind with the injury you had?
Yeah, they do cut baseline, and I try to set a charge, and I got a foul. We went knee to knee, and came out for a second. I just thought about the community, the guys right here, the rest of my team, Coach Tab, and it's just like, how can you not go out there and just keep playing? Like, these guys mean the world to me. These are brothers, these are family, and it's just like, I might be hurting right now, but in 20 days from now, it's not going to mean nothing. So.
Giovanni, I would just say same question. I know you've been going through it and struggling to get out there, practice, and to play. What was it like for you to be able to get those opportunities, to have these final memories, being able to get out on the floor in these big games?
I mean, I've been on the unfortunate side of my career, but I mean, I wouldn't regret my decision. I know I come into the gym every day, even if I'm practicing or not practicing, I'm just going to be here with my best friends. I've known these guys for 4 or 5 years, and it's something that I just wouldn't take for granted, and I didn't. And we've had our moments together before practice, after practice, letting each other know that this is our year, and we did it. And to go out in this way, I mean, we made a lot of history. And I think that's something we should hang our heads for. And it's not a day that goes by that I don't regret.
And then Andrew, great exclamation point to your career this season. When you think about this year and those goals that you had remaining coming into your final season, what were they, and how do you look back on it now as best you're able to?
We came into the fall. We had a goal of, we know what we needed to do. We knew what we were capable of. And, 4 or 5 seniors, just leave it all out there. And yeah, I think we did a pretty good job of that.
And Coach, you talked about the 3-year window for this team. I think one thing you see tonight is that you got everything you could with this team. So these guys, the 5 of them in your whole roster, what was it that they did that took you that last mile this year versus the last 2 years?
I think the most glaring thing to me in especially the last 4 weeks, was how connected they were. Like they just really played for each other, and you could really see that. There was always a belief. We knew we had the talent, we had good size, we had there's all these little different pieces that we brought to the table. But like until we were truly playing for each other, I don't think you can achieve what we achieved this year. And like they were having fun. They really had a lot of fun playing together, practicing together over these last 4 to 6 weeks, as the season was kind of winding down. It was evident every day in practice, and definitely evident in the wins that we had. So I think their connectedness just grew and grew and grew as the year went on.
And this question is for any of the student athletes. What does it feel like to have champion next to your name, winning your conference and being one of the best teams in the country at this point?
I mean, it feels pretty good. I think I've talked about it with Timmy and a couple guys on the team, like getting that conference title, like that conference title game was that was the only game of the last month that we really felt like pressure in. Like that game was pressure because we had worked for 5 years to get that conference championship and to play in the NCAA tournament. And obviously we came into the NCAA tournament and we came into that Hamilton game and that Montclair game. We obviously knew we were going to win, but we knew we were capable of winning. But that conference title, that, you saw how in our celebration, that it meant everything to us because it was 4 years of this same group just trying to get that same goal. And we finally got it. So yeah, it was kind of almost like a relieving kind of, right? I would say it was just a weight off the shoulders. We finally got that goal and achieved it. And yeah, it felt great.
Then, Coach, when you write the book on this year's team, there'll be a whole chapter on Luka Blekovic and what he contributed.
Yeah.
Just just talk about what he accomplished, what a big part he was in getting the team here, and then what an amazing achievement it was for these guys to be able to win 2 NCAA games in a second half of the conference title game without him available.
Yeah, I mean, he's the ultimate teammate, right? Like, he just brings energy every day. I mean, even when he's been injured this past week and a half, 2 weeks, like, he's probably still our most vocal person in practice. You know, it's just truly a remarkable person with his approach every day. These guys, you know, he's fit in just seamlessly with our group. And it's funny, like, I was getting a lot of texts this week, whether he was healthy or not, and if he was going to play. And I knew where the texts were coming from. Like, there was concern on Trinity's part if he was going to be playing or not, because he played great against Trinity at home. And when we lost by 3 at the end, I don't know what he finished within that game, but it was around 20. And he's a very unique player. I think there was moments tonight where we could have used him for sure. So.
You can just open it up to the floor as we wrap up. Just obviously you had big wins, but just favorite memories for any of you, if there's anything you want to get out there.
I mean, one thing I want to add is we did something so incredible that thousands of people, hundreds of people will remember the rest of their lives. And for me, it's just crazy that one day I'm going to walk in back home into the gym and I'm going to see our team name for the rest of my life. There's nobody else that I'd rather do it than our 17 guys.
Just creating memories and moments with teammates with 17 guys meant everything to me. People I'll remember for the rest of my life.
I mean, you look at this game, it says there's 1,455 people. Like, assuming all of us, when we all started playing basketball, we were learning how to dribble and shoot the ball. And you try to get to these big games, and it's like, oh, I want to play in that big game. It's like, we worked our butt off these last 4 years to make it to this game. And it's like, we looked around, they're mostly Trinity's fans, but we had 300-400 of our own fans there. And it's like, it's just happy to see, like, my mom, his mom, like, cheering after everybody's bucket and hugging each other after the game. And it's like, I wouldn't take the community aspect of the whole thing is probably my favorite. It's just like to build the bonds with the people that over the last 4 years I've got to see day in and day out. It's like I wouldn't take any day for granted.
Well, my probably is like the growth over the last 5 years of me being here. Like I said before, like our freshman and sophomore year, we weren't as successful as we were our last 2 years, and then to lose how we did last year to Suffolk in the semifinals when we would have been hosting the championship, and we knew we would have won in the championship. To beat them in the championship at home our last year in our last home game, that was really a special moment for me.
As far as like specific memories, I think like the 15 minutes after the buzzer went off in the championship game, that was special. That was fun. But like in general, yeah, like just being like these last 4 weeks, just being with the guys in the hotel, and like in 4 years we had never had like an overnight trip except for our Ireland trip. So like I think just like experiencing that with the guys and just everyone coming together, and I think this year, like Coach said, was definitely the closest our team has ever been by far. And just enjoying the process of being in the NCAA tournament and winning big games has been really fun. Something more.
Do you feel as seniors you left that imprint and the underclassmen and juniors are going to keep going?
Yeah, I think because we all spend time on and off the court. So I think we all know what it takes because we all talk about our dreams and goals, and it's all the same. So I think, if they look at the bond that we all had across the 4 years and they just keep that going, it wouldn't surprise me if they ended up here again.
I think that us just competing like every single day, like we come into practice, but all those younger guys are trying to beat us every single day. Like they want to be better than us. They want to score the ball more than us. And like it's just good to see the future of Western New England in good hands, and like Cody's hands or Nate's hands or Matt's hands, or those are the older guys. But anybody else, like those are dudes who to me are just dogs that want to go out there and just play basketball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, thank you guys. You got one?
Coach Tab, I got a question for you.
Oh boy.
How much hard work did you take recruiting players of this level?
Well, they each have their own recruiting path. So the 3 true seniors obviously was during COVID. Okay, so we couldn't see these guys play in person. We had them all down for visits, and a lot of it was done over video and word of mouth and talking to people. I think saw a little of these guys in AAU when it was allowed. So there was definitely hard work there for sure. But Timmy and Geithner were a different situation. That was the year before COVID hit. Their season got cut short in March, right? Playoffs. But I probably went to at least half of their high school games recruiting these two. Maybe more. I would say more.
Valentine's Day.
I was there on Valentine's Day with my wife. I forgot about that. I did take her out to dinner first, and then I said, "Hey, we're going to the game right now." It's part of what we do, and it's all about building relationships and showing these guys how much you want them, and we've continued to do that with a lot of these guys that are on the team now, or guys that we're recruiting. But I was super emotional when these guys were walking off the court tonight. Knowing that was our last time playing together, and how much these last 4 and 5 years have meant to me, to the program, to their teammates. It's just been a very, very special, fun ride with these guys. And they said it I talked to the guys about how the more success you have, the more memories you're gonna have, the better the experiences. And this is a true testament, right? We won our conference tournament, and then we go on a great trip down to New Jersey. We won 2 games there, and now we practice all week and play in this environment tonight. They're gonna remember this stuff. And it was just an awesome ride with these guys. And sad that it's coming to an end, but we're gonna remember it for sure. Thanks, Will.
No, it's not. All right.
Tim, I got your phone.
You did.